morning, everybody, and welcome to the start of the video. In today's video, I want to talk about how I set goals and achieve them. And the first way is to get up early on the weekends so you can get the yoga room all to yourself. Let's go. And after that, not only do we feed ourselves something really good and replenishing to eat, but we wash our hair. Y'all, I need to wash my hair so bad. I know I cannot be the only person getting introspective this time of year. I wanted to give you guys one last video for 2022 and talk about how I set goals and achieve them, like I said earlier in the video. If you've been following the channel for at least the last 3 years, you know that things have slowly evolved, and I went from just trying to be stronger to now getting ready to go into 2023 and doing my first triathlon. So we've had a steady up climb. It hasn't been without its y'all. I ate shit yesterday. Hey, it happens. L's and failures, but steadily, slowly, we are evolving and growing and learning a lot along the way. When you set your goals, you want to figure out obviously what your goal is, and you want to know why. Now, I find that when I have had a goal for more superficial reasons, like for looking good or to get attention, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm not being shady. Y'all know when I'm being shady because I'll tell you when I'm being shady. But I feel like for me personally, that'll motivate me in the beginning, but then I'll fall off shortly after that because there's not enough purpose behind those goals. If you're setting a goal to test your limits or to see how far you can push yourself, I find that I can be more motivated to keep up with it in the long term, the task of achieving that goal. Now, in doing all this stuff, I didn't expect anything to happen. And getting my life together, I like unlocked this part of myself that I didn't even know existed. I had no idea. Like, I don't even, like, 2019 Lex does not know 2022 Lex. Like those two girls, like, they have never met each other before. It's like when you unlock a new character in a video game. 2021, my goal was strength, so I started lifting weights for the first time, doing body weight movements for the first time, and over time, obviously, I got stronger with consistency. And by like 4 months in April of last year, that's when I started to see my body change, and I was like, what is going on? I could see a difference and I could feel a difference from just barely being able to lift a 5-pound dumbbell in the beginning of 2021 to now being able to lift a lot heavier. In 2022, my goal was to continue with the strength training, but also I added running on top of that. Low key, I'd already had an idea about triathlon in my head, and that's why I started running. I didn't say anything about it then, but I was like, if I want to do a triathlon, I'm gonna have to run. I'm gonna have to learn how to run. So that's low key another big reason why I started running. So I had that in the back of my mind, and that's what kept me motivated to keep going. I had this much bigger goal, like way back in the back. It was a secret. I didn't want to tell anyone yet, but I went from being able to run for 30 seconds to being able to run over 2 hours and completing my first marathon, which y'all saw in November. So just with consistency and with having that goal that I was chasing, it helped me to stay motivated and keep going and to push myself. And I pushed myself beyond what I even thought was possible. I swear to you, I didn't think I was going to be able to run more than 3 miles without stopping ever in life. It was just, it seemed so hard at first, but the more work you put in, the more you can handle. It doesn't get any easier. Well, it gets a little easier, but you can handle more hard when you're constantly pushing yourself. Now going into 2023, I want to do a triathlon. So triathlon is swim, bike, run. So what do I got to do in order to do that? I got to swim, I got to bike, and I got to run. And those are 3 things that I've been working on in 2022 leading into 2023. And as we head into 2023, that training is going to continue and ramp up. And the reason that I am doing all this is because I want to test my limits. I want to push myself myself. For a long time, I was not taking good care of myself. I was just totally disrespecting myself. And now taking care of myself is the biggest joy in my life. Like, I love it. There's no better use of my time. There's nothing more I would rather do than to set my boundaries and to take good care of me. And it is just a pleasure. So I have kind of an addictive personality, and I'm also very much a go-getter. So those personality traits work well if they're directed in the right direction, but I was in the wrong direction. So now I'm in the right direction. So for me, it's about pushing my limits. It's about testing myself, testing my strength, and my both mentally and physically. And it is so much fun. Now, when you get your goals, write it down. I like this handy dandy iPad. I have notebook, regular pencil. I haven't seen a regular pencil, by the way, in years. Do they still make those? Write down your goals. It'll give you something to look back on. I feel like it's more real when you write it down. Like this, for example, this is like a free template that I found on YouTube for a free iPad template for just note taking. So I'll link that down in the description below, but I would highly recommend writing down your goals. Okay, so now you've got your goals, but how do you actually go about achieving them? Honestly, I feel like it's so much easier these days than it was. I mean, there's limitless information. For example, I learned from the marathon that I need to strengthen my legs. I have a little over 2 miles to go, and it is all I can do just to try to walk fast. So I can just Google what muscles do need to be strong in order for me to run. I Google again what workouts I can do to strengthen those muscles, strengthen them, do those calf raises, and get to work. So it's honestly as simple as that. And with certain things like swimming, there's a lot of techniques. I've been doing most of my training alone, but with swimming, I knew that I couldn't do it alone, and I don't really think anybody can. There are some things you really do need a coach, and luckily I have an amazing coach. Like, he is literally, I have come so far just in the last 4 or 5 months of working with him, just from 0 to I'm improving. Okay, we won't put a number on it, but I'm improving a lot. I'm excited to share a lot more of that with you going into the new year in the content. So just look out. Your girl can do a little something. She's not a total noob anymore. It's good to hire a coach if you need to. It's a good investment of your money. It's like an investment in yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's never a waste. And with other things, there's obviously a lot you can do by yourself. You don't need to hire a coach to get started in running like I did. I don't think I really didn't need to hire a coach to be able to complete a marathon. I just got information online. I ran a lot and worked out a lot, and I prayed about it. So so if you're going to be training alone and you're starting alone, then just start. All you got to do is start. As you get more advanced, you will find the tools and resources. They will come to you in order to step your game up. One thing I've also learned is that it's really important to break things down into small, itty bitty little pieces. For example, y'all saw my fail of me trying to ride the bike clipped in. Okay, we won't talk about it too much, but I took a break from it. I took a step back, let my frustration cool down, and I thought to myself, obviously what I'm doing isn't working. I need to take a step back. So what I realized is, in order to clip both of my feet into the pedals and ride off into the sunset, one, I need to get used to clipping in. So I need to be indoors on the indoor bike, just practicing riding clipped in. 2, I need to practice my balance on the bike, because when you clip out, you got to have one foot off the bike, but you also have to balance with one foot clipped in. You know what? Like, it's complicated, and we'll also follow that journey of me actually learning how to do it. Am I going to succeed? Who knows? It got me to thinking about when I was learning how to ride my longboard in 2021. I was able to like push off and go forward, but then when I needed to stop, I would just like jump off the board and jump into the street. And that's not really sustainable, right? We can't really do that. So I realized when you're stopping on a skateboard, you have to take one foot off the board and gently place your foot on the ground and kind of skid to a stop with one foot. And I had this light bulb moment where it's like, I need to learn how to do that on the bike too. I need to learn how to take one foot off first and just be balanced and be calm and get that muscle memory before I can clip both feet in and then ride and then stop. So it's funny how different activities that you do can teach you different things about everything. Like, everything's connected. It's crazy. But when I was learning how to ride the longboard, once I realized that, I just practiced skating back and forth on one leg, just pushing off and just balancing on one leg, back and forth, back and forth. And then after about, I would say, less than 2 weeks, it finally clicked, and I just had gotten that balance and my body gotten used to it. And I was able, for the first time, to just take one foot off and stop, because I was able to balance on one foot. So stuff like that, breaking it down in little pieces. You can't just do the full thing all at once. It's important to realize when you need to take a step back. Like, if you want to do a push-up, like I got injured trying to do push-ups in 2021. I still can't do a push-up, but we're just going to keep praying about it. but if you can't even hold a high plank or a plank for a significant amount of time, then you can't do a push-up. So I would start with holding a plank first and then working on pushing up. It's just tiny bite-sized pieces, and then it all comes together. That is a good segue to bring me to my last point, which is learning from your experiences and from your mistakes. I had a goal last year to run a marathon. So in preparation for that goal, I ran a bunch of smaller races leading up to the marathon. That gave me a good gauge of where I was at, of how fit I was, of how much I could endure. And I started with a few 5Ks, and then I stepped it up to a 10K, and then I stepped it up to a 15K, and then I did a half marathon, and then I did another. Like, I just kept slowly stepping it up. And with every finish line I crossed, even if I was dead last, it was such a confident boost to just know, like, girl, you did that. You can run 5K, you can run 10K, you can run a half marathon. And it just really kept me motivated. And I also got a feel for the race environment. Like, what is it like to go to a race? What happens there? What kind of people are there? What can you expect? If you set a big goal, it's better to go in with a little bit of experience and a little bit of, like, it helps to like settle you down, calm your nerves, just to kind of know more what to expect. And if you do something a little bit smaller to start, it's a lot less pressure than just going from zero to doing like an Ironman. You know what I'm saying? When I finally did do the marathon, I learned that I needed to strengthen my legs so that they can handle the impact of 26.2 miles. And I got a different chiropractor. But we won't talk about that. When I do my next marathon, I'm going to be way more prepared. I've been doing leg day every week. I don't skip leg day anymore. Like, I was skipping leg day hard in 2022. Like, let's be real. I'm probably the only girl who does not like leg day. I don't. I'm sorry. And that's why my booty still has not grown that much. But we won't even go there. When I had the itch to do a multi-sport event like a triathlon, I decided to do a duathlon first. I wanted to see what it was like to transition. I wanted to see what it was like to go from running to biking or biking to running. But I knew that my swimming wasn't quite there yet. So a duathlon was perfect, and it gave me a good feel for the multi-sport event situation. You know, I gathered lots of information and lots of tea. Now when I go into the triathlon, I'm not going to be a total fish out of water, and I'll kind of know more what to expect. So with every experience, there's lessons, there's information to gather, and you build confidence. And that's the most important thing. You build the confidence to keep going and to keep pushing yourself. That's all I have for you for today in this video. I would love to know what some of y'all's goals are in the comment section down below. If you would like to let me know, don't be shy. Speak up. Don't be shy. Y'all, I really want to say thank you so much for all of the support on the channel. We have grown this year. I was blown away by the amount of people who commented on the last video. Y'all showed out. Y'all are still showing out. My phone is continuously going off. That's the most comments I have ever gotten on a video. And a lot of y'all who never comment, I asked y'all to leave the hand wave emoji. I was like, no one's gonna do it. And so many of y'all left the hand wave emoji. Y'all, it makes my heart just swell like the Grinch when he finally got his life together. Like, my heart is so big right now, so full. So thank you so much for all the support. I can't wait to see what 2023 has in store. I know a couple things that 2023 has in store that I am extremely excited about, and I cannot wait to share. I just can't wait to share it with y'all. Yeah, but y'all hold on, y'all sit tight, keep rolling with me. We're gonna keep going on this journey. I hope that you all have an amazing rest of 2022. There's probably only a few hours left by the time I post this, and I would encourage you to sign up for something next year, even if it's like a 5K, you've never done a 5K, or just any little thing. Like, it's so much fun to participate in an event, in a race, and it just makes you feel so proud and so confident when you finish it. And you can finish it, you can do whatever you want to do that. And if you do, let me know, slide in my DMs or leave a comment down below. I would love to hear about it. Y'all have been telling me about some things that you've already picked up in 2022, and I can't wait to see where we all go in 2023. It's literally going to be so lit, and I can't wait to share more with y'all. But with that being said, y'all take extremely good care of yourselves. 2023 is all about self-care. It's all about putting yourself first, not just in 2023, but every single day. All right, if you enjoyed the video, you already know what to do, okay? You know what to do. I'm never ever gonna beg you, ever. I'm not gonna beg you to do it. So just do it, and I will see y'all very soon with another video in the year 2023. It's going to be so lit. See you later. Bye.